Welcome to Novene C TV, and it's your girl, Novene C. Today I have the pleasure of interviewing a young lady who is 101 years old. Her name is Maria Lenore Alvarez, and she is the grandmother to my friend Deanna Archer. We call her D-Ray, and Gary Archer. He is her personal chef. He's married to D-Ray, and so they take care of Lita. And she blessed me today with the interview to talk to her and ask her some questions about some of the things that she can remember. So make sure that you listen to this interview with kindness, love, and respect for Lita, who is 101 years old. Thank you. Lita, my name is Novene. I'm Novene C. I'm one of the ones who sent you the flowers, the puppy dog flower arrangements for your birthday. Yeah, when you turn 101. Yeah. So I have a show that's on TV, I guess that you call it. And so I wanted to interview you about your life. Is
About
that
my
okay?
life?
Yes. So
Just a simple life, one day at a time.
one day at a time. So when did all this start? When were you born?
April the 9th,
April 9th, what year?
22.
1922. Wow.
That's a long time.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I don't worry about even what I did this morning. I can't remember.
Yeah.
It's over and done with. If it was profitable, fine. If it not, just
Yeah.
let it go.
Yeah. So do you remember anything from when you were a little girl?
No, actually, I don't think. My dad wasn't around all the time. He was gone all the time. He was a womanizer.
Oh. Oops.
We'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
There's no other way to put it.
Yeah. But did you have siblings?
Yeah, I'm the oldest.
You're the oldest.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
And then my sister Rose, my brother Ralph. There was one in between, but I don't know what happened to him. I don't know. I swear he passed away when he was a young baby or whatever.
Okay. Okay. And so then Ricky and Tootsie? Okay. So what about, how many children do you have?
I have 6.
6.
Well, 7. I have 7 children.
Uh-huh.
And only because I did, we don't know, at that time, you know, they didn't tell you anything to take care of yourself or whatever. If you were there, you were married, and that was it,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So,
So
And
what
you-
was your husband's name?
Ray,
Ray? Okay. Do you
Yeah.
know how old you were when you got married?
23.
23. Wow. So how did you meet Ray?
You know how you met Grandpa? You were pen pals. Did
We
you
were
tell her that?
we were pen pals at first.
You were pen pals. You met
Yeah.
who your brother was in the army with him.
Yeah, they were at Fort Ord.
Not Fort Ord,
Where?
down in San Diego and then to Mississippi or Missouri. Camp Pendleton. And then overseas seas. Where did you meet Grandpa?
He was walking by himself at the Union Station,
What city was that in?
Oakland.
No.
Where?
No, Grandma. It was across the street from Olivera Street you met Grandpa. Grand Central Station, L.A.
Oh, LA. She said Grand Central Station.
It was
Okay.
Grand Central Station he came through. And the kicker is what? You didn't even know what he looked like.
No, I didn't. My
You knew
brother.
What you looked like.
Oh, because they were pen pals. So they were pen pals first.
Yeah,
And then-
Picture
my
of her
brother.
because
He
her
met
brother
my.
had one, but
He
she
met.
didn't know
I
what he
met
looked
him
like.
through my brother
Oh, okay. Okay.
because my brother was. They were all coming in from Fort Ord
Camp Pendleton.
and Camp Pendleton from Mississippi. Yeah, they were
in
coming,
Mississippi.
and everybody was
Wait,
saying,
Grandpa, what was the slick thing Grandpa told you before you met? What'd he say? The first time we see each other, what'd he say?
he was going to say we're going to meet each other and act like we hadn't seen each other for a long time.
Player.
Yeah, it was really funny, and he had, and everybody at that time during the war at that time were coming home from Fort Ord in Monterey, and everybody was saying, well, I want to meet my girlfriend or my boyfriend or whatever it was, you know. And when they came to him, He didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
He says, "Oh, well, I'm going to meet my girlfriend." And he hadn't met me. He didn't know what I looked like. He knew what I looked like through a picture,
Yeah.
through my brother,
Yes.
because I used to write to my brother.
Yes.
And my brother was at Fort Worth in Monterey.
So he knew after he saw your picture he wanted to marry you.
He
'Cause
said
you
he
was so
told
pretty.
he told this friend Sheldon. I remember him so well. He told him, he said, "I'm going to marry her." He says, "You're crazy." He says, "Yeah." He says, "Well, you know her?" He says, "No, but I am going to marry her." And that was it.
So then you had how many? Do you know how many grandchildren you have?
13, I think. The last time I called
13.
was 13.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
awesome. What
somewhere
about
under
great?
there. Yeah.
Wow, 25 great and 2 great great. There's probably some other great greats.
They're 16 now, Grandma. You left the little kids out.
I lost track.
Right, it's too many. 16 grandchildren.
16 grandchildren, and I want to say 30.
And his mother didn't like me at all. Because that
Really?
was her that was her pet.
Her
And he-
favorite son.
Because I think she had 13 kids.
Oh,
And I thought, oh my God, and I didn't know Adam for nothing.
yeah.
I didn't know what it was to be married. I didn't know what it was to have a guy come and, fondle you or anything like that. Well, there was always somebody around all the time.
Yeah, yeah,
And his mother didn't like me at all because that was her pet.
yeah.
So she didn't care for me because I was taking her son away
Her
from her.
baby. Yeah. So did she like you later after you had kids and stuff?
It was a while. His dad, his birthday was the day before mine.
Oh, okay.
So we became real good friends all the time,
Yeah.
And I had a sister-in-law. Her name was Sally. And she didn't like me at all because I was taking her friend away from her.
Yeah.
Taking, or at least trying to. She felt that way.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I did after a while,
Oh,
but
she,
not at the very beginning.
she taught you guys how to make tamales, but she didn't like
I
cooking
didn't like to
that.
cook because I was the oldest one in my and I had to cook.
So where did you work? Did you have a job?
I
Married?
used to work after school,
Okay.
but I didn't like to work. I'd rather stay home.
Me too. Me too. Oh my gosh, that's why I don't work. 'cause
I didn't
don't
like to work
either.
at all. I didn't like to have anybody tell me what to do.
Right. I feel you.
I remember the place that I first got, I was about 13, I think. And I used to work at this store, Greenspan department store.
Mm-hmm.
So I worked there for after school. I would go to work, and then I'd get off at 9 o'clock at night when they closed.
Oh wow.
And it wasn't far from where I was living. I could step out on the sidewalk and see where I was at.
Mm-hmm.
So
So later in life, did you work at the school around the corner from this house?
from this house,
Yeah, there's an elementary school.
John Muir?
Did you work at John Muir?
John Muir, I worked
Yeah.
for a while.
Okay.
And I didn't go out to look for a job. They asked me did I want to work? Did I want to work after school? Well, I'm going to school, and my interest was school. I like to go to school.
Oh, good. You like school.
Yeah, I enjoyed going to, because they would call me to, to translate. A lot of people were Spanish.
Speak Spanish. Uh-huh.
They would speak Spanish, and they didn't know English, so I would know both languages.
Okay.
So
So
And
since you were
this-
bilingual, you helped translate for the kids who spoke Spanish but not English.
yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
That's real good.
It was fun. I enjoyed my growing up.
Yeah. So you like helping people.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. I used to like to sew.
yeah. Yeah.
So they would tell me, well, you're going to do this or do that. There was one teacher that was real heavy, and she always had to worry about clothes that she was going to wear or she was going to buy. Either I would have to she called me one time and asked me if I could help her with her clothes.
Oh.
And I said, well, yeah, okay. And my mother had always told me, never say no if they ask you to do something. Don't let them know that you don't know.
Oh, okay.
So that was in my mind.
Yeah. So you helped her with her clothes. That's good. That's really good.
Yeah, I enjoyed sewing. I used to sew because I used to sew for myself. And
Yeah.
nobody else. I didn't like anybody else to have the same kind of clothes that I was having.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So I used to save the material that my mother used to get. My dad used to work at a department store, and he would go through all the clothes, all the remnants,
Mm-hmm.
and bring them home.
Okay. So then that's what you would use on your dresses and stuff?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I was the only one, and I was the only one that would have something different from anybody else. I didn't like to have anybody wearing the same thing that I was wearing.
So you had good fashion. You were
Yeah.
like okay. Okay, Lita, I see that.
I enjoyed my childhood.
And so did you make clothes for your children too? After you got married, did you make clothes for like your husband and your children?
Blouses, I used to make blouses, a lot of blouses.
Yeah.
And,
Did you make
and
this one in this picture?
I was 23 right there.
Do you know if you made this dress or this blouse?
No,
Okay, okay.
I had a fun growing up. We didn't have a lot of, sometimes we had enough just for one meal.
Yeah.
And at that time it was rationed. The food was rationed. Like on Wednesdays we would have meat.
Oh, okay. Because of the war.
Yeah,
Oh.
the meat would go to the Fort Ord
Yeah.
in Monterey. They would come first because it was the army,
Mm-hmm.
and it was during the war. So that was their priority was, feeding them
Yeah.
because they were taking care of us.
Right.
Make sure that we were safe or that we had enough food. So it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Now I think about it and I said, how did we do all of that?
Right, right. And
And
how'd you
me,
survive?
my being the oldest, I had to make sure that my sisters and my brother were fed,
Right.
and they were go to school.
Right.
Make sure that they all went to school, and because we weren't very far from the grammar school at 102nd, I remember that school so well.
So what city were you living in?
Watts,
Oh, Watts. So you grew up in Watts.
yeah.
And then after you got married, you moved to Oakland and raised your kids in Oakland.
Yeah, because
Okay.
my mother had always
So
told
do you
me,
West Side?
Yeah,
You do
West
that?
Oakland.
yeah.
No, I'm saying West
Yeah,
Side.
West Side for sure.
Okay, so that's good. You grew up in Watts, and then you moved to Oakland with your kids. And so, how long have you been living here in Hayward? Do you know when you moved to Hayward?
The year you moved to Hayward, you got married in 45.
1945.
Yeah.
That's the year you got married. You moved to Hayward in 52.
So you
Bought
went,
this house in 1952.
so you bought this house in
Oh,
1952.
yeah, that's
okay.
right. Yeah.
70 years. 70 years.
Wow, you've been in this house 70 years.
Yes, since she was 30.
Wow, amazing.
You guys are lucky Novene C TV is on commercial.
We're just making sure you subscribe and follow her new podcast.
I have subscribed, liked, and shared, and followed her new podcast, and even got the merch.
And you should too.
When you first moved to Oakland, you moved in with Grandpa's mom and dad and family, right?
Oh gosh,
How'd
yes.
that work
It
out?
was so terrible.
How'd it work out?
It was terrible.
It was terrible because
What was it good about it?
I didn't like it because she would cook and whatever was left over, she would take it and take it into her bedroom
Really?
and keep her food up there. So when the next day or the next meal, she would bring it down and that's when we would have rations.
Oh, okay. So to get ration, did you used to have to stand in line to get the food for the rations? Is that how they used to do it back in the day? Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I don't remember that part.
She's mixing up two different wars, though. She's mixing up, when she's saying Fort Ord, she's talking about her son during the Vietnam War.
Oh, okay.
There was no rations. When she was younger, because it
World
wasn't just
War
the
II.
war, it was the Depression.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
that's
The
true.
20s, the 30s.
Did your brothers play sports in high school?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, he played baseball.
Did you go to the game?
Sometimes if I had time,
Yeah.
I did.
Because you were the oldest, so you were busy. You had a lot of responsibilities.
I used to get up and make them breakfast and send them off to school.
Okay. Did your mom work?
My mom used to work at a sewing factory,
Okay.
but my dad was never around. He was a womanizer.
Right.
He liked to be with women all the time, so he was with him.
Yeah.
So we didn't have too much contact with him at
Right.
all.
So you had to help your mom because
Oh,
your dad
yeah.
wasn't there. Okay.
Because I was the oldest one.
Yes.
They always, and then I used to speak the two languages, you know, the English. Because my mother was from Mexico. How she met my dad, I have no idea
I know how she met her.
how she met her. At a dance.
See, where your mom lived in Mexico, and on the weekends, her and her friend Ruthie used to go to Arizona for what? The dances.
To dance, yeah.
And then when she
'Cause
sees
there
her
was-
dad, what did she tell Ruthie?
I'm going to marry that guy. Because he was a good dancer and I liked to dance. So
Oh.
we used to go to dances all the time.
That was before you went to dances. That's when your mom.
Your
went to
mom.
dances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grandma, tell her about Sweet Jimmy's, how you guys used to go dancing.
Oh, Sweet Jimmy's?
A sweet small room.
In where? In
In
Oakland?
Oakland.
Really?
It was a nightclub. And I saw him. It was on a Sunday, on the 23rd of December, and he was standing by himself by the door with his friends.
Afterwards, where'd you guys used to eat?
Where'd you eat after the
Gus's,
What is it called?
Not Casper's.
Oh, Casper's.
Gus's.
Gus's?
Gus's.
Oh, you used to
yeah.
eat at Gus's. What kind of food is
What'd
that?
they serve? Gus's hamburgers.
Hamburgers?
They invented the red relish.
Oh,
It was
okay. So you have a lot of memories. That's awesome.
Yeah, I do. I wonder how we did everything. You know, we were so rationed. On certain days, you would get meat. You could get in line and get your meat for the week. So it was kind of you had to learn how to cook your food so you could have something left for the next day or the next meal.
Right. You have to make sure it's stretched
Yeah,
and lasts. Especially you guys had a big family, huh? Yeah.
yeah, because I was the oldest.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it was my sister, and then my brother, and then my younger sister, Ricky. I remember her.
Are you the only one that's still living?
No, I have a sister in San Diego.
Your one
Petey,
sister's still alive, right, Petey?
How old is
Yeah.
she?
Go ahead and ask her, and then I'll
How old is Sister Petey?
How old is she?
Oh, she's in her 90s.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
I'm almost 60.
Oh. How old are you, Gary?
When you guys moved to Hayward, Grandpa wanted to coach baseball. What did he do? He started something. He helped start something in Hayward.
What did Grandpa help start in Hayward? In Oakland? Hayward.
Hayward. When
In
they moved
Hayward.
here. The first PAL
The what?
league, baseball league.
PAL, yeah.
Really?
Police
Was he
athletic
the
league,
police?
Yeah.
He was a police officer?
No, but police sponsored the sports team.
Oh, did your husband used to take pictures? Was he a photographer?
He liked to take pictures, yeah. He always had a camera with him.
When you were little, is that how you guys got around on the train? Did you guys have a car? Did your family have a
No.
car?
They were just on the train.
So, Deanna is your granddaughter.
Yeah.
How do you like how she takes care of you? Does she do a good job?
I do what I want to do.
Okay.
I'm my own person. I don't let anybody tell me what to do,
That's good.
you know.
Yeah.
If it's time to eat, it's time to eat. And I never say, I'm hungry, I'm going to eat.
So who feeds you?
Who feeds me?
Who cooks your food for you?
Gary.
Gary
Does. Yeah, does the cooking. When he cooks, he says, "Okay, it's time to eat." All right. I never say why, where, or what am I going to eat.
Yeah, so you have your own personal chef with Gary.
Well, Gary, yeah. I'm not
That's awesome.
particular.
That's awesome. And how do you like being famous? Because, you know, a lot of people know you, and a lot of famous rappers come and visit you. Like Mr. Fab. You know Mr. Fab? Is that what she calls him, or she calls him something else? Mr. Fab, Cuzzo Fly.
Yeah, Cuzzo Fly.
I take one person what they are.
Right.
I never criticize why aren't you married, or where are you going, or where did you come from, or where are your parents from.
Grandma,
You
she's
know.
asking, how does it feel to be famous? You know how Gary does, Lita.
Everybody knows you because
Everybody
of that.
knows you on social media. She's asking that. How does it feel for, you know, when we went to the car show the other day and everybody was like, Lita, and you didn't know who those people were, they were just talking to you? She's asking, how does it feel for people to acknowledge you?
I wonder how did they get to know me? Where did I come from?
They made you famous because they post your pictures and your videos on social media. So people who don't know you know you
Just by the pictures.
from the videos and the picture, and that's why they say Lita. Yeah. So you are very special to us, and that's why I wanted to come talk to you.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Yeah.
I have nothing to hide.
Do you remember when do you remember when you got your first television set?
I was about 13.
Really?
Yeah. I think my mother got me a TV set at that time because we were real poor. You know, we didn't have all the luxuries like we have nowadays. The kids have televisions and all this kind of stuff.
Yes.
We didn't have that. So I didn't know what it was to not have it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't miss it because I didn't know what it was all about.
Yes. What about cell phones? What do you think about that? How now you can talk on the phone or see somebody's face on the phone?
Grandma, look, she's talking about cell phones now. How you could FaceTime. You know how you call someone, you could see them on your phone? She's asking, how do you feel about FaceTime?
Well, at that time when I was growing up, we didn't have cell phones, you know,
Yeah.
so we would talk on the phone once in a while. If he had the money to call me,
Yes.
he would call me and we would talk for a long time.
When you were little, did you used to make tamales and tortillas?
Tortillas, I hated it. I hated to make that.
You hated
I
making
to
them?
cook because I was the oldest one, and I always had to make tortillas, and I used to hate it.
Oh.
I didn't like cooking. I didn't like anything in the kitchen. I would like to sew,
Yeah.
but I didn't like to cook.
Okay. So did you make your own clothes?
Well, we had to at that time, yeah.
That's awesome.
We used to save
make my clothes.
material and make your own clothes, you know, your own shirts or dresses or whatever it was. Because at that time, the material was going for the army. Mm-hmm. So I didn't have that.
Okay, I have a question about something more recent. Do you remember your 100th birthday party? When you turned 100 last year? And then you had a big party and at the ranch. It was at the ranch and you had a big party. Do you have that booklet? And the airplane flew above and it said happy 100th birthday, Lita. Do you remember that?
Kind of slightly.
And they had the mariachi band.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was so nice. Me and my sister and my son came to that.
Oh, really?
It was really, really nice.
Oh.
Yes, yes. Especially the airplane with the banner that said "Happy 100th birthday."
Yeah,
Lita." Yeah,
I remember slightly of it was so quickly, you know.
yeah.
The atmosphere and the people that were there and then I didn't expect it and I thought, what in the world are they looking at?
So this was from your 100th birthday party. Who is this lady?
Me.
That's you. And so, see, they had all the pictures from your 99th birthday party
Oh my goodness
that they
gracious.
included in this booklet. So this is just showing you like how much love people have for you. So do you know these people in this picture?
Some Bo Amigo.
From 1995?
Yeah.
Is that who's
Ray?
this?
Yeah,
That's your husband?
Yeah.
Okay.
And his birthday his father's birthday was the day before mine.
Yes. Yes. So you can see pretty good. That was really good because that picture is not that big. And so look, is this your wedding day? Can you see that?
It must have been
Yeah.
the bottom one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there. That dress was my sister's dress.
That dress is pretty. I'm gonna show this too, but just look to see how small this picture is, if she can see it. I'm like this. Make it bigger.
She still has her wedding dress.
Oh, see, look, there's Mr. Fab right there.
Yep.
See, you're famous, because famous people come see you.
They come to see him,
Yes.
and they come to see him.
And then Gary got you riding around this little car with no doors.
Yeah, no doors is right. We had to hang on to each other.
What kind of car is that? What's that called? Was that
Ford.
Slingshot.
the slingshot?
That's my brother's car.
They had her in a slingshot. She's 101 years old. And she driving around in the slingshot. But it seems like you have fun. Like, even though they do all this stuff with you, it
Yeah.
seems like you like it. Like you like adventure. Like you like going to like the car show that you just went to the other day.
Oh yeah, you lived one day at a time.
Yeah. It keeps you young too, huh?
It does.
Yeah. So do you like when they have the birthday parties for you?
No,
You don't? They make you celebrate with everybody? Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay. Because I was asking because my aunt, she's only 70, and she says she doesn't like them. And
April.
so,
Your auntie's April.
not her. She's Capricorn.
I was like,
She's born. So my dad's younger sister, Aunt Deborah, she told me that she doesn't like all that birthday stuff. So I told her about you. I said, well, my friend's grandmother just turned 101, and she has a party every year. She was like, what? She said, no, I'm so sick of birthdays. I said, well, I think she likes them because they keep having them for her. But I guess not.
The birthday, it doesn't bother me. It's a number.
Oh, okay.
It's what you make out of life.
Your chef is cooking for you?
Oh yeah,
He spoils you?
kind of.
Yeah.
They don't ask me, what are you gonna eat? What do you want to eat? Whatever you cook.
Right. That's good. That's
who
awesome.
is Gary to you? Tell him.
What's Gary to you?
My grandson
And what?
and my muscle man.
Your muscle man.
Yeah.
Aww.
He always comes and peeks through the door to see, are you awake? I said, well, I am now.
Right. Not you said something to me.
I wait and I toss and turn until everybody gets up, then I get up.
Okay.
I don't get up before they do because I feel that if I get up, then they're going to hear me and they're going to get up even if they're not ready to get up.
Oh, you don't want to wake them up. You're so sweet and considerate. And I like how you guys have the sign up front so everybody knows that she's 101. That's nice. So you like your neighbors? You get along with your neighbors pretty
I
good?
like people.
Yeah, okay.
I don't like to be alone. I enjoy life,
Yes.
period.
You're blessed. And so what advice do you have for people who want to live a good life like you?
The what?
People who want to, like me, I'm 49, but I want to be 101 years old talking on somebody's podcast.
It's what you make out of life.
Okay.
You don't worry about what happened yesterday or even this morning. You enjoy the day as it comes. And that's it.
Right. What about, do you believe in eating healthy and exercising?
I don't exercise at all.
Did you when you were younger?
She used to walk every day.
She's
all day.
okay. So she used to walk every day. I'm like, what's the key to a long
She used
life?
to walk every day. So she walked
I used to
here
go
to
to-
school every day about 4 times a day, no lie.
Okay.
She'd work the morning shift, lunch shift, and then the evening shift to teach them how to speak English.
So she would walk in the morning to work in the morning, come back home, and then walk back for lunch, come back home, then walk after school.
Yeah, because she'd have to walk back. She'd have to make my grandpa breakfast, walk to school.
Oh, make him
back,
breakfast first.
Make sure he had his lunch, make his walk back. Now go do their lunch. Come home, make dinner, and go back in.
Right. So she was just busy all the time.
Yeah, she just barely retired at 90.
So you retired when you were 90?
I guess so.
Wow. That's amazing. Just because the school closed. So she would have still been there
She probably would have still been there.
translating for
She
everyone.
probably would have been walking better. You know what I mean?
Oh, because she was still walking when she was 90? You were still walking to work when you were 90?
I used to work at the school.
Yeah.
She just went to a walker at like 95 because she fell.
Oh, she got in the walker at 95 because she fell.
Maybe 95.
I enjoy my life.
That's good. And we enjoy your life too. And we enjoy seeing you.
I like people.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way, you know.
Yeah.
And I never say, well, you should have done this or you should have done that.
Right.
That's their life. When they get married, they have their own life to live.
Right.
So I can't say you should have done this or you should have done that. No.
Yeah. What about your grandchildren? Do you tell them what they should do?
No.
Okay. What about that one?
Oh, that one.
That one's always messing with you, huh? Does she make you laugh?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay. I have 3 sons and 4 grandchildren. Do you have any advice for me to be a good grandmother?
The only thing that I never interfere, I never tell them, well, you should have done this or you should have done that.
Mm-hmm.
They got married. You don't have to do what your husband tells you. You're not his slave.
Right.
You have your own life to live.
Right.
Even though you got married, you still have your own life.
Right.
So that's what I do.
Yeah. That's good to know because I know sometimes people get married and they think that they have to do everything that their husband says.
No, not
Yeah.
me. How do you like your food cooked? What I cooked, he ate.
Yeah.
If he didn't, he'd go hungry.
Yeah.
Either that or you could cook it yourself.
Right.
You know,
Right.
you got married. Your life is changing. You're not your own boss.
Right.
Not your own boss, literally, to say that you do what he tells you to do. No, you don't. You're still your own life.
Right. Right.
So, and my mother told me when I got married, you don't have to do what your husband tells you to do. Your own life, you have your own life to live. Your own boss.
Right.
You can help him, or ask him what does he like to eat,
Right.
or what are you going to cook, you know, or where are you going today? I never, as long as I can remember, asked him if he would go out with his friends. He would go out with his friends. I never asked him, where are you going?
Right.
Who are you going with? What time are you going to get back?
Okay.
You know, I never asked him that. Let him do his own thing. If he came home early, fine. If he didn't, that was it.
Yeah. Yeah. Since you and Ray were good friends, do you think that's what made your marriage last longer?
In a way, my mother had always told me that. When you get married, you don't do what your husband tells you to do.
Right.
You still have your own life to live.
Right.
You know, so I did it. That's how I was. And it kept my mind busy. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say, well, I have to do that because my mom told me that I have to do this.
Right. And then you also worked, so you had your own job.
Yeah.
To make your own money. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what did your husband do for work?
He was a supervisor at school.
Okay. Okay. But both of you guys had a lot of respect for each other.
Yes.
Yes.
I just let him live his life the
Yeah.
way he was used to living.
That's awesome. So how many years were you married?
23.
No, that's how old
You were 23 when you got married, and then until 2007 when he passed. Wow.
I was 23. Yeah, because I had told my mother that that was during the World War II. That if I got married, I was going to marry somebody that I didn't know or that I had just met,
Yeah.
and that I wasn't going to live close to her, but I wasn't going to live too far away.
Yeah. Do you talk to your sister often on the phone?
Not really. Lately, I haven't for a while.
I think that was all the questions that I had for you today. But I would just like to tell you thank you so much for coming on here and talking to me.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Yeah.
I enjoy talking to people.
Yeah. And especially since this is new technology. She's 101 years old and she is talking on my podcast and my YouTube channel. Thank you once again, Lita. But what's your whole name?
Mary Eleanor.
Okay, Mary Eleanor Alvarez. Yes, ma'am. Please subscribe, like, and share if you haven't done so already. And click the notification bell so you can be notified of when I make a new video. I'm wishing you peace, love, and light. Bye. Can you say you're watching?
Say you're watching.
I'm watching what?
No, say you're watching. Say, repeat after me. You're watching.
You're watching
Novene C. Novene C
Novene C
TV.
TV.
Say it again all at one time. You're
You're
watching
watching
Novene
Novene
C
TV.
TV. No, say it again.
You're watching. I'm watching you.
There we go. I'm watching you. So cute. Unique made this. I like your cup. That's so cute. And it has you at your 100th birthday party. Look, with the mariachi people. Oh, that's so nice. What is this when you graduated?
I was turning 3 right there.
Wow, so pretty. Do you smell the food? Your lunch is almost ready.
I smell something.
Yeah, it smells good.
Somebody's cooking something.
Yeah. Maybe Gary's cooking for you.
Novene.
No, we need you on camera. Come on, chef. Why you not on camera? Hater.
Novene.
You gotta scoot in. Scoot in. Ah. Thank you, baby. Thank you.
Grandma's is coming.
Lita. Whoop, whoop. Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
How about it? Lunch, comer, banquete
They don't get it.
for the queen.
Aw.
Tengo hambre.
Yeah, see, I knew it. Tengo hambre. ¿Tienes hambre? Poquito.
Poquito.
Now that it's there, right? We'll eat it. Contigo.
That was nice.
Contigo.
Yep.